When marriage feels scary, because maybe you feel like you might lose your freedom, it might be painful, let's go and find the reason. Let me know if you resonate with the fear of marriage. You actually want to be married, you want to be engaged, you want to be married, you want to have a relationship, you want to be married to an affluent, amazing, provider, loving man, but at the same time, just something is blocking you. You just can't seem to, feel attracted to the men that want to be around you, that are ready to tell you they want to marry you, and you feel like, no, thank you. I was like this, yeah, when a guy would come too close and he just wanted to be with me and commit to me, I would be like, no, thank you. I don't want this. And I always wanted to be with the guys who, guess what? Didn't want commitment, didn't want a relationship. I was just chasing the rejection. So if you resonate with that, let me know. Where is this coming from? Yeah, I was able to heal that, but it's for everyone, it's a different reason. And I will just name for you a few. Number one is the fear of losing freedom. Okay, so I used to be in the past in relationships where the man was just controlling, trying to own everything I was doing, where I was going, looking my phone. If I was like wanting to go out with a girlfriend, he would be mad, trying to tell me what to do. It wasn't a relationship. That was actually toxic. That was an ownership. Yeah. And I just thought, no, I don't want to go back to that anymore. I want to be free. And the sad part is I never had a proper modeling of a healthy relationship, and I never had one myself until, I hired professionals, I healed, and I was able to experience and date healthy men. So I felt like I don't want to lose my freedom. But with a healthy relationship, you don't lose your freedom. You can just be yourself. Of course, you have a partner, and the big life decisions should be made together where, there's a solution found where both of you are happy. And yet, you get to be your authentic self. Yeah, you get to be yourself. And if you are not, it's just not a healthy relationship. So I wouldn't even want you to be in such a relationship either. Yeah. So that's one reason for the fear of intimacy and commitment. Another big reason was for me that I thought if I am in a relationship, I will be triggered and acting out. Because years before I had zero emotional intelligence. Yeah, I would just act out of fear, for example, and let someone control me. And then I was acting out of, a trigger, and that was just very unpleasant. You know how nice it is to just hang out with someone and like enjoy the time. That's really nice, right? Like that's what I could do in like very distant relationship. And if something was like off a little bit, I would be like, okay, bye. But because I didn't know how to deal with my triggers, how to, I had just had zero emotional mastery, I was afraid of that. But I also took personal responsibility. And guess what? In the last years, I learned so much emotional mastery, how to deal with triggers, how to be aware of the emotions, to not act out of that, to solve it within myself. Yeah. And that's why I know my relationship is going to be amazing. And they are amazing since years right now, because I learned that. And many times just couples are fighting or being mean to each other just because none of them has emotional intelligence. Unfortunately, they didn't add it to the school subject yet. We are just having the emotional intelligence that our parents give us. Yeah, but it's something so needed. Yeah, let me give you an example let's say, and the man should also have emotional intelligence, not only you. Of course, you start, but a man needs to have it too. Like, let's say he's angry, he should not yell at you, but calm himself down and work through that. Or let's say that you, as the woman, you are jealous, but for no reason actually. You could catch yourself, and instead of screaming at him, yeah, you could just calm yourself down. And even if there was a proper reason, yeah, we need to have the emotional intelligence to have a healthy conversation and having healthy boundaries. Oh, that's, by the way, the third point, boundaries. I didn't have any. I let people and men just walk over me like I'm a doormat. Yeah. I didn't have any boundaries. I couldn't say no to anything. I literally couldn't. I don't know 100% why. Probably because I had this childhood coping mechanism to just like say yes to everything, just to, I don't know. Let's not go in that deep. I just didn't have boundaries. It was so hard for me to set boundaries. So I was like, yeah, maybe let's have no relationships so that I don't have to have any boundaries. Because if you have no relationship, you don't have to have a boundary, right? You're always alone at home, anyways. So that was my reason. And I really had to learn about boundaries. And a lot of my private clients, are dealing with that too. They are learning step by step how to have healthy boundaries. And healthy boundaries are very, very important for a relationship. And a healthy man will also have boundaries. And what I mean by boundaries, like, let's say he keeps calling you after 11 p.m., but your boundary is that you want to sleep. So it would be just telling him, please don't call me that late, or you just don't pick up the phone. Okay. Boundary of intimacy. All of that was so hard for me to hold because I felt like in order to be loved, I need to please. And I felt like if I set a boundary, someone would leave me and I didn't want to be alone. So it was like a weird mixture of me not wanting to be alone, but at the same time not being able to come close to someone because I just had no boundaries. Okay, let me think. Did I have other reasons myself not wanting intimacy? I cannot think about any right now, but let me know in the comments what you found for yourself. Are there any reasons where you don't want to be in a committed relationship where it's just so much resistance, and sometimes we just don't know where it's coming from, but maybe reflect a little bit. Let me know in the comments. And one more example comes to me, but from my clients. So one of my clients was in a very unhappy marriage with very painful in-laws. Like, they were really mean to her. And now she is afraid that her new in-laws will also be very mean. So yeah, this is just the power of the past, but we can cut the power of the past and have a new story. Yeah, she gets to have a husband who actually is self-sufficient, who can make his own decisions, where the in-laws aren't that much of an influence. And also she can choose someone that she likes, the in-laws, and they are like kind of on the same vibe, So again, if you have experienced this fear of being close, and by the way, the symptoms of that is when a guy wants to be with you, brings you flowers, wants to spend time with you, like, no, thank you. I much rather want to hang out with the guy who never has time for me. This is a clear sign of fear of emotional intimacy and also commitment. Okay, let me know if you experienced that and maybe reflect a little bit what could be the cause for you. Yeah, of course, in a one-on-one call, I would be able to spot it right away for you. Just like a scanner right now, I can scan the reasons behind it and flip it immediately. But let me give you this task for you today. So let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.